Welcome to the Loner Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, and yes, I am the Loner Ranger. 32 years doing loans as the Loner Ranger, and gotta tell you something. What a great opportunity it's been to help so many of you out there. And I gotta tell you something. My listeners out here on this station, you guys have been great. You've been loyal customers, loyal listeners. And you know what? I'm grateful for the fact that you just trust me with your friends and family to make sure that if they're getting a mortgage or you're getting a mortgage or considering refinancing or purchasing a home, that you can trust that you've got a local expert in the market. Been here on the radio for a number of years, co-hosting my show with Cleve Loveland on the Cleve Loveland and the Loner Ranger Show, and of course on my show here today on Sundays. What a great opportunity. You know, so many of you think about me while you're on your way to church, you're coming home from church, you know, you're busy during the week. So what do? You call me on the weekend. Okay. So my wife wonders when I ever get a day off, but my day off is when you're not calling me. I guess that's my day off. Otherwise, my days are serving my clients' needs for helping you save money on buying or refinancing. So, you know, here's something that I found really fascinating, and we're going to hit a couple of really high points this week on what's going on in the economic industry when it comes to real estate mortgages, the federal government, the Federal Reserve, meetings that are going about. And I know a lot of that might be kind of boring to some of you, but others want to know what is driving the market, because I get asked every day, Bruce, what's moving interest rates up? Why do I get a phone call on one day that rates are down and another day that rates are up? That's the way our market is right now. My market volatility is what I consider to be intraday. So what I have in the morning for rates might be different in the afternoon, might be better, might be worse. Now, in my experience over the years, when the market improves during the week or during the day, it seldom gets better intraday. But if it gets worse immediately. And it's just something you have to react to the market. So fortunately for you and all my listeners, not only am I here to help you with your financing, but I watch the market all day long. I got screens. You come see my desk. I got screens all over my desk, and it tells me market indicators. So if I call you and I say, hey, John, you know what? Call me back. It's time to lock your loan in. You know, we've already got the appraisal back, or, you know, you're in contract to buy a house. It's time to lock in. I am not saying that to be a fast talking salesperson to try to get you to commit to doing something that you're not sure whether you should do. Here's why I'm doing it. I'm watching my market indicators, and they're telling me whether you should lock. But here's the thing. I get market indicators that say float. So what do? I'll get a call from one of my clients, one of you listening out there, and they'll go, hey, Bruce, you know, the appraisal was done last week. We're closing in a week and a half, and you haven't locked my loan in. Yep, and I think you should float another day or two. Well, is that a guarantee that your rate's going to get better? No. But my market indicators are telling me that there's probably an opportunity to float the rate out a little longer than it is lock it. But when it comes to locking, I got to lock quick. Like my reaction time is minimal. Like if I'll call a client during the day and they're at work, but I'm seeing the market shift, I can't lock their rate in without talking to them. You can't do that. It's like buying a stock without talking to your stockbroker. You can't do it. I wish I could, but I don't, and I can't. So the quick response time from my clients can actually save you money. But my point is I'm watching the market all the time. And here's another reason why I would hope that you would hire me and trust me for your mortgage. When it comes to refinances, I'm going to tell you something, and I'll just tell you an industry secret. Most lenders, including your bank, your credit union, your Rocket, your guy that promises all the closing costs, they won't tell you if refinancing is not really in your best interest, because they can refinance and they may be able to save you. What if they save you $60 a month, $100 a month that didn't cost you any closing costs? Should you do it? No, that's not when you should do it. I run a test. Whose test is it? It's the Bruce Woodburn Loan Arranger test. Who came up with it? The Loan Arranger came up with it. Why? Because it's what he would do for his own mortgage. So I look at these factors that go into should I or shouldn't I? And that doesn't mean some of you may be on the cusp. Like sometimes I'll have a client, I'll go, you know what? If you stick with the mortgage and you stay in the house for 7 years, you're going to pay off. And I know you told me you're going to die there and it's going to make sense to you. But it's not a huge thing if you do or you don't. Well, they look at me like, what are you doing, buddy? I'm trying to call you for a mortgage. You're in the mortgage business and you're not really encouraging me to do business with you. No, I'm not encouraging you not to do business with me. I'm encouraging you not to do anything financially at that point. I'd rather get your respect and have you refer your friends and neighbor to me, your kids, your co-workers, your grandchildren, so that you got somebody that you can count on. That's why. I'm not trying to not do a mortgage. I'm in the business of doing mortgages. It's how I make a living. But I don't want you to ever think that you can't guarantee, trust that the information I have is self-serving. It's never self-serving. It's always for you. Believe me, there are plenty of opportunities I could have done mortgages over the years and closed a transaction for many of folks out there, but I didn't feel like it was really the right thing to do. And you'll get that from me. You just call me at 407-706-3313. Write that number down. Stop your car. Pull the F-150 over. Pull the Prius over if that's really what you're driving. And you write down this number, 407-706-3313. 407-706-3313. You might not need me today for a mortgage. You might not ever need me for a mortgage. But you can introduce your friends and family and coworkers to me. I get calls every day from folks who go, hey, Bruce, I'm calling. I listen to you every weekend. I'm not calling for me. I'm calling for my girlfriend, for my boyfriend, for my cousin, for my grandson, for my son. They won't get off their butt and do anything, so I'm going to call you. And then they sick me on them and I get the job done. So that's okay. But save me in your phone, 407-706-3313. Or visit my website. Have your relatives, your friends apply online at webringyouhome.com. Webringyouhome.com. Easiest doggone website for a loan application I've ever seen. It's easier. Listen, I am not an interweb kind of guy. All right. Like my wife is like, you can't even reset your password in your phone. I'm like, I know I can't. I'm not that good at that stuff. But what I am good at is guiding you through the loan process. And I can tell you that my loan application is basically put your name in, put your information in. If you want to go as far as putting your banking information in on my application, it'll automatically download your bank statements for me. Now, some of you aren't comfortable with that. I'm okay if you're not comfortable with that. Just email me your bank statements or download them right into my portal. It's secure. Everything I do is super secure. Like one of the first things I have to ask a client when I get on the phone, what's your full name? What's your address? What's your date of birth? What's your social security number? I mean, you don't even date that fast, right? Like you didn't even know your girlfriend's middle name until you dated her for 6 months. But I got to dive into your date of birth, your social security number, your credit, your divorce decree, your child support separation. I mean, I'm getting into all the dirty stuff for all you guys. And believe me, I don't judge you. Trust me. Look at the Loan Arranger has plenty of his own baggage, okay? Plenty of it. All you got to do is read that Saladgate thing, right? That criminal salad investigation. It's okay, all right? I'm not such a bad guy, and I'm always there to help you. 407-706-3313. So a lot of stuff going to happen in the economic market in the next week, all right? Now, here's the thing. I always get people, what do you think it's too late to buy? Do you think that houses are going to come down in price? Are we going to see another market crash? Yes and no. Okay, first of all, we're not going to see a crash anytime soon because there's not enough inventory. So when there's not enough inventory, you can't have a crash. Houses keep going up in price, right? It's not going to happen. Are houses going to come down in price? No, they're not going to go down in price. Not when you experience inflation. I mean, good gosh, you guys, you're already paying double the amount you paid 6 months ago for a gallon of gas. You're paying more for a loaf of bread and a jug of milk and a pound of butter. What do you think is going to happen here? You think prices are going to go down? No. Today's high-priced house is tomorrow's new normal. And that's always been the case. It's always been the case. It's never been any different. Go back in time. Go back to the 1800s. Go back before that. Go back any time. You can look at the trends. Everybody thought houses were going out of price. Everybody thought the car was going out of price. You can't possibly think that people are going to pay $5,000 for a car. I remember when I bought my first van. I mean, come on, I was like 20 years old, 19, 20 years old, and I paid $10,000 for this custom van. Yeah, it was the kind you probably don't want your daughter getting into, but it was super cool van, Keystone mags, mind blower speakers. I mean, it was a bad van. It really was, but it was $10,000. I was told I was nuts. Cars won't go to $10,000. Why are you paying so much for that van? Well, nowadays you can't get a used car for 10 grand anymore, practically. So everything's relative. Okay. I bought my first house. It was $107,000. I thought that was outrageous. Will I ever make any money on it? My God, that house is worth $450,000 now. Okay. Maybe more. Okay. My house that I live in now, beautiful home on a lake. I paid like $325,000 for that house. It's worth $1.5 million now. Okay. Don't think that the houses are going to go down in price, you guys. Look at history. Look at the richest people in America and I'm not talking about your new .com people. I'm talking about people like Flagler and Edison and Carnegie and all these people that built America, not the nouveau money. But even you could take people like Warren Buffett, real estate, man. He not only loves real estate, he bought a real estate company. You think he's dumb? No, he's very smart. The money's in real estate. You're not going to lose money in real estate. And don't call me up and go, well, I lost money because I bought in 2006 and it went down. Yeah, that's because we had a mortgage crash because we were doing stupid mortgages for stupid people that didn't qualify for 100% financing. And they were making up their own income. It was ridiculous. It was a wild, wild west in mortgages. And I'm the wild, wild guy. I'm the lone arranger. But I'm going to tell you something. I was called stupid, idiot, ignorant, missing out on opportunities because I didn't do those option arms, no and negative AM arms, 100% financing, 125% financing. I forbid my loan officers to do an application on those loans, and I lost some loan officers. They quit because I wouldn't do them, and they'd go to another lender that would allow them to do them, and guess what? They did them. And then they did some for themselves, and then that's when it all hit the fan. That's right. It all hit the fan. You can't get somebody into something that they truly don't qualify for. That's only setting them up for disaster. So then all these people, they got these bad mortgages, then they weren't appreciating in value at the pace. Like they were doubling in price in 6 months to a year. Well, then when that quit happening, what happened? Well, all these people that were, making $35,000 a year, but claiming they were making $300,000 a year, bought these homes to flip them. And then because their friends did it and they know what they're doing, and then they went belly up. Well, you know what? Sounds too good to be true. It probably is. If you want the truth, you call the Lone Ranger, 407-706-3313, or visit my website at webringyouhome.com. It's webringyouhome.com. Super easy for you to reach me. I'm always there for you. My team's there for you. You can call me on the weekend. I might not call you back today. It's Sunday. Okay, I'm working a little bit today, but I like to spend a little bit of time with the family, but I'll call you on Monday. So when you call my number, I want you to call my number and leave a voicemail with a message with your name. Repeat your name twice, repeat your phone number twice, and you're going to get a call back from me. I always return my calls. You'll get a call back from me, and I'll walk you through the process. I'll answer your questions. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Lone Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn and CrossCountry Mortgage. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, and yes, I am the Lone Ranger. You know, we're talking on the last segment about so much going on in the economic news and what I do, and why I'm here to help you. You can always count on me to make sure you get trusted advice when it comes to your mortgage or real estate needs. You just call me at 407-706-3313. I promise I'll help you. I do return every phone call that you guys leave for me. Just leave me a message at that number with your name clearly, your phone number. And if I don't answer here on the air, I'll call you back. Okay, I do get some calls on the air, but I got to be honest with you. It's easier. And for many of you, since I'm in the finance business, a lot of you don't want to talk about your dirty laundry on the air. I get it. I don't blame you. You know, so you call me off the air, you leave a message for me, or and call me at 407-706-3313. Leave a message, and I'll call you back. It's that easy. And my team's going to take care of you when it comes to getting your mortgage all set up for your purchase or refinance. We'll get you all set up. All right, so there is a lot of economic news going on right now. So let me just bring up my economic indicators. So this is going to blow you away, okay? Now, some of you may find a lot of this is just kind of boring and it's economic indicators. But this is why you want me to help you with your mortgage, because I watch this stuff. This boring stuff that you don't want to watch, I got to watch it because it tells me whether you should float, lock, what the economic conditions are looking like, so that when you call me, I can interpret or paraphrase what's going on. So I'm just going to give you an example of the next 2 weeks of economic indicators. If you don't think the market's going to be a little rocky in the next couple of weeks, then get out from under that rock. Pull your car off the road, save my phone number, because if you're thinking about buying or refinancing, it might be a good time for you to do so. Okay? 407-706-3313. So let's just talk about, usually in a monthly basis, there may be one or two economic events that are happening that are pre-planned. Okay? So I'll give you an idea. This week we had durable goods, S&P. Let's see what else we got. We got the S&P came out. New home sales came out this week, and the indicator on where the new home sales are, and durable goods, S&P, consumer confidence. Okay. And then Wednesday, we had the Fed meeting. Now, there's going to be multiple Fed meetings, but we had the first Fed meeting of high importance. Now, then we had joblessness claims. Okay, joblessness claims are a huge indicator on what happens to the bond market. So when there's more people unemployed, then rates can get a little bit better, but the economy gets worse, right? So there's a lot of yin and yang going on in there. When people are back to work, the stock market rallies and rates go up because the bonds go down. Again, esoteric for you. It's my life. Okay. I have to live that. Pending home sales, gross domestic product, GDP, the chain deflator. And then we got the Chicago PMI index, personal consumption, consumer statement index, personal consumption expenditures from the core PCE, and then you got employment cost index and personal spending. These are all indicators that the Fed's going to talk about. These are all things that can shift the market in a heartbeat, and if you're not ready for them, you can get caught with your pants down. You got questions, you call the Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger can be reached at 407-706-3313 or go to my website at webringyouhome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more statistical data on things you better know about the housing market right now. Stay tuned. I'll be back in 5. Welcome back to the Loner Ranger Radio Show. I am the Loner Ranger. My name is Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, right here located in Central Florida. That's right. 20 years, same address, right here at 2729 West Fairbanks. You all know West Fairbanks. I'm right at the I-4 curve. So, everybody's familiar with the I-4 curve. You just watch any news station, and there was always some type of an incident going on the I-4 curve. My building backs right up to that spot right there. So you want to come in and see me? I'm one of the few lenders around that if you wanted an appointment with me, you can meet with the Loner Ranger and we can discuss your mortgage options right here in my office on Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. I've been here 20 years at this location. I've been in here in Central Florida lending, same occupation, same field for over 32 years. It'll be actually 33 years in March. So, you know what? It's the 1st of August. It's a Sunday. It's a great time to be out looking at houses. Maybe you're on your way to church. Maybe you're coming back from church. Maybe you're tinkering in the garage a little bit. I know who you are. I see you over there. You're tinkering, right? You're tinkering. You're messing around with stuff, cleaning out the workbench, working around the yard, getting some exercise, sweating it out a little bit. I know. I do the same thing you do. I am a local guy here doing the same stuff you do every week. I want to be your choice of a mortgage lender. Am I fancy? No. Matter of fact, you can see me. You can tune into my iHeartRadio podcast, my Spotify radio podcast, my YouTube channel. Just go to Bruce Woodburn, the Loner Ranger YouTube channel. You can see this show airing. If you miss it, you can see the whole recording of it. And I'm just a dude, I'm just a redneck. That's all I am. And, I don't mean redneck in a derogatory. I'm just a simple country boy. Grew up here in Central Florida. I'm not the smartest guy on the block. I'm not a financial wizard. I don't have a Harvard degree in finance. You know what? I got a PhD. I got a public high school diploma. But actually, I don't even really have that. I got a public high school diploma equivalency because the Loner Ranger ended up dropping out of school in the middle of the 10th grade. Yeah, I had some tough times back then. When I was a kid, lost both my folks when I was 15 and 16. My mom passed to cancer, and my dad had a heart attack 8 months later, and then I was left as an orphan and moved up to Canada for a couple of months with an uncle who owned a junkyard and raced stock cars. And I got all kinds of stories I can tell you. The fact of the matter is I'm not a financial wizard. Here's what I am. I'm very aware of my market. I know the mortgage business inside and out. I challenge anybody out there that knows the mortgage business and has spent and devoted his life to making sure I know the mortgage business so I can be your trusted advisor. That's right. My job is to make sure you can count on me as your trusted advisor. And if you want the relationship with me, you want me to be your mortgage guy for life, then stop in my office, shake my hand. Let's get to know each other. Come on, I had a couple clients stopped in earlier in the week, and yeah, please make an appointment with me because you don't know if I'm here. I'm out calling on my builders, Hanover, all my different builders. I'm teaching classes in real estate offices. I'm doing all kinds of stuff, right? But I had a couple clients stop by just to see me, shake my hand, sign some closing documents, application documents. One day was that National Hot Dog Day, right? That was earlier in the week. And so, you know what they do? My team's all sitting around laughing, cutting up jokes, talking about different stuff. And, my clients come in and I'm like, do you want to join us for National Hot Dog Day? And they were like, sure, I'll have a hot dog. So, we just have a spread out. We have a good time. And that's what we do around here. We're your local people. My employees live here locally. I got to tell you, I got the best team of employees. Any guy. I am blessed by God for the people that I have that I surround myself in my office because, boy, they keep me going, right? So, yeah, I run the team. I manage the office. I'm the one that drives people to my business, but they're the ones that keep the glue together. And then I got my wife, whose basic job is to keep me out of trouble. keep me. She tells me her primary job is to keep me out of jail. So I don't know what that means. All right. I'm not out there committing crimes, but she's like, sometimes you say things you probably shouldn't say, Bruce. Yeah, I've been known to do that. I don't pull punches. I tell it like it is. You tell it like it is. You want the truth, or do you want the rainbows and unicorns? Let's just tell the truth, right? Let's just call it as it is. You want the truth? You want the Lone Ranger? You want somebody that's going to take good care of you? You call me. I'm at 407-706-3313. Write the number down. Save me in your phone. Here's why I want you to save me in your phone. Are you a teacher? Are you law enforcement? Are you a first responder? Okay. Any of those categories. Are you a nurse in the healthcare industry? Do you know that I have special programs that are designed for you? They're called my home programs. Home ownership made easy. And there's immense discounts for you. Not no smoke and mirror discounts. There's discounts for you. When you get a mortgage through me and you are healthcare, teacher, first responder, and that goes for any educator. That means fireman, EMT, police officer. You get a lot of correctional officers here. Okay. Anybody in law enforcement, you come to see me. If you are VA, military, you think that USAA is the best choice for you to go when it comes to getting a mortgage. It's not the best choice. It's just the ones that advertise the most and have convinced you that they're the best choice. They're not the best choice. The Lone Ranger is the best choice. That's right. Lone Ranger takes really good care of all my active military and veterans. That's what I'm here for. Been doing VA loans. I've been teaching classes on VA loans for over 25 years. You're not going to get a better deal at another mortgage company than you will at CrossCountry Mortgage, the Lone Ranger. 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. You want to buy a home? VA. You want my Leapfrog program and you want to invest in real estate? You call me. You're law enforcement? Call me. First responder? Call me. If you are wanting to refinance and save money, I love doing 15-year. A lot of you folks, they call me and go, hey, I want to convert to a 15-year, and you get a great rate, but your payment may be a little bit higher. And when you get the payment, you're like, yeah, maybe the 30-year, and I'll just pay it in 15. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're disciplined enough to pay it. You want me to run an amortization schedule so you know what to pay in 15 years? I'll do that for you. I can help you with that. Once you close, I hook you up to my HomeBot system, which is a system by which you log into, and it keeps you up to date on what your home value is. And you can play with it. You can go, oh, what if I paid my mortgage and I paid an extra $100 a month? When would it pay off? $1,000 a month. When would it pay off? $1,500 a month. When would it pay off? $200 a month. When would it pay off? Right? How much equity do I have? Should I get a home equity line? Is it time to refinance? All those things are available free of charge when you use me. If you are a real estate agent, I'm going to tell you something. Most of you real estate agents, you need to come to my classes. I do a mortgage strategies for realtors that will help you become a better trusted advisor for your clients. I'll keep you up to speed on what's going on, all the trends in the industry, trends in underwriting guidelines. And if you're a real estate agent out there and you're listening to this show right now, I am going to ask that you dump your current lender and start using me. Why? I'm going to tell you why. I close loans on time. You guys are getting extensions on contracts. You can't do that. You can't do that. You're getting the song and dance from a lender. You want the truth? We talked about that in the last segment. You get the truth with me. You don't get the song and dance. Here's what you get with the average loan officer. They're all salespeople and they want to say yes, and then they'll try to figure it out later. No. I figure it out right now. And then I structure it. I let you know the good, the bad, and the ugly. These are our challenges. This is what we're going to have to do to make it work. This is what you need to do to fix your problem. And then we're clear, right? Isn't it clear to have some nice direction on what you got to do? Instead of going, oh, yeah, Mr. Jones, you're just perfect. Everything's fine. You're good. And oh, wait a minute. We're 3 days away from closing and the underwriter denied your loan. Really? The underwriter denied my loan? You already wrote me a pre-approval. What are you doing? Do you know I see that every day of the week? Every day of the week, I get a call from one of you that goes, yeah, I got talked into because it seemed like a really good deal. And I went to this lender, and you know what? It wasn't all what it was supposed to do. Matter of fact, when things started to go bad, they didn't answer my calls or emails. Really? What about you, the realtor? Yeah, you get return phone calls from the lender? Really? You do? How about if you're the listing agent, you get responsive from the lender? My realtors, my clients get a video email from me on everything that happens on your mortgage, all the way through from the initial application all the way to closing. So you know what's going on your loan. I tell you when the appraisal's ordered. I tell you when the appraisal's received. I tell you what it means when the title's ordered. I tell you what it means when the title's received. I tell you what it means that your loan's been submitted to underwriting and conditions and clear to close and what to bring to the closing table. All that stuff, I do all that because I want you to have a good experience. My job is for you to have a good experience. And most of the time, do you know that 65% of people that get a mortgages thought it was a horrible experience? They thought it was a horrible experience. You want to go with a lender that's going to give you a good experience, not a song and dance, not a bunch of shenanigans. And you can count on me. And here's the great thing is, you can go online and get that online application and they'll give you a good deal too. Yeah, they probably will give you a good deal. But when something doesn't go right, you get ghosted. Okay? You know what you get with me? You get my address. You can stop in here and see me. That's what you get. 2729 West Fairbanks Avenue, Winter Park. Been here the last 20 years. Here to serve your needs. Here to make sure that if something goes wrong, we fix it for you. Here to give you the honesty. Here to make sure you got a great interest rate. Here to make sure you're not overpaying in closing costs. Here to make sure that as a local expert on the radio, for as long as I've been on the radio, that you can count on me to get the right advice. That's what you want. You know, nobody thinks they want service when they get a mortgage. I could ask 100 of you, what's the most important thing in a mortgage? Well, Bruce, it's low points and the lowest interest rate. Well, who the heck doesn't want that, right? I don't ever get a phone call from somebody going, I want a high rate and high closing costs, please, Bruce. That's really why I'm calling you. Nobody does that. You all want the same thing. What you're not asking for is amazing customer service. You don't want that experience until you don't get it. Then you really want it. You want the good experience? You call me at 407-706-3313. 407-706-3313. That's what you get with me. You go to my website at WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. Write that down. Save my phone number, WeBringYouHome.com. It's easy. You're a real estate agent, drive your traffic to me. Drive your clients to me. They'll have a better experience. And if they have a good experience with me, they might even like you better because you took them to me and you're going to close on time. Do you know why my clients that are buyers win the winning offer in a competitive offer situation 70% more than another client? Because I guarantee that if I don't close on time, I'll pay the seller $500 a day. Now, you have to go through my fast track program. That's a full loan approval, 0 conditions. I've got you fully approved long before you go under contract. So can I close you in 15 days? Sure I can. I've closed them in 10 days. But that gives you an advantage because most of you are frustrated with today's market because you're getting outbid every single time. And you don't have the tools behind you. And it's not because you're not the highest price. It's because you don't have an advocate in your corner. You don't have an advocate. You want an advocate in your corner? You hire me. That's what you do. You hire me. And you call me and you get your mortgage through me because I physically pick up the phone and I call the listing agent and I guarantee the seller that I'll close the loan on time or I'll pay the seller up to $500 a day. Will your lender do that? Call B of A, call Wells, call the Rocket, call the RP. You call any of them and ask them if they'll pay the seller if you miss the closing. Right now, pick up the phone and call them. They're not going to do it. I'll do it. The loan arranger will do it. 407-706-3313. Got a little worked up over that. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loan Arranger Radio Show. Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. Be back in 5 minutes. Welcome back to the Loner Ranger Radio Show. We are hitting the tail end of my show here on August 1st. It's a beautiful Sunday. You're out hanging out with the family, cooking hot dogs and hamburgers in the backyard, enjoying your time at the beach, maybe out in the boat, working around the yard, visiting your friends at church, going to church, coming home from church. I really appreciate you listening to my show. It means a lot to me. I hope that you find valuable information in this. I hope that you find that I'm passionate about what I do, because most of you listening to my show right now might not need a mortgage or buy real estate right now, but hopefully you have enough confidence in me that you can refer your friends and family to me. As a matter of fact, most of my clients come from you, but not for you. So it just happens all the time, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity. And I hope you enjoy your Sunday out there, and I appreciate you spending the time with me. I want to just cover a couple of economic things that are going on in the industry. So, first of all, if you have any questions for me, or you'd like to get help on a purchase or refinance transaction, call me at 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. I was reading an interesting article the other day that said that if you are a minimum wage earner, now I don't know how anybody making minimum wage could ever afford to buy a house. I don't think you'll qualify as a minimum wage earner. I don't know how you can afford to rent a home, let alone buy a home. So minimum wage, big problem when it comes to any type of financial lifestyle. We got to get out of minimum wage and start finding a way to make more money. Okay. And believe me, there's nothing wrong with flipping burgers, but it's not a career move, guys. It's just a job. So, restaurants, I know this whole $15 minimum wage thing's coming. I'm not for it. I'm for you going out and making more than $15 an hour, but not relying on the employer, forcing the employer to do it. It's your job to create the opportunity for you and your family, no one else's. Okay. That's just my opinion. It's my opinion. But I found this article fascinating, and that is that 39% of renters fall below the median income. And here's the thing. If you made a minimum wage in order for you to qualify to rent a 2-bedroom apartment, and here's the average in Central Florida, 2-bedroom apartment, $13.21 a month for an average 2-bedroom apartment. $13.21. You have to work 117 hours a week to afford that if you're making minimum wage. Okay. Now, I don't know what that means. And the person who wrote that article is like, well, that's not sustainable. It's never been sustainable. People on minimum wage can't buy homes. You're not going to buy a home. If that's you and you're listening to this, it's not that I'm not empathetic to your income. I'm very empathetic. Believe me, yours truly has been dirt poor. I mean, no money, no food, couldn't feed my dog. Believe me, I've been there. I'm not unsympathetic to your problem. You fix the problem. That's what you do. That's your responsibility as an American. You fix the problem. You get a better job. You go to school, and not a bunch of student loans either. I don't like these student loans. I think they're drowning a lot of you folks out there, and you're keeping you from home ownership, right? Find a way to pay for school as you go along. Get a job as a tradespeople. We're short on carpenters, electricians, okay? AC repair people. Great career opportunity. You can make over $100,000 a year fixing AC units. Well over $100,000 a year. Electrician. Okay, be that. Change your life. It's your responsibility. Now, here's the thing. You want to buy a home? There's still first-time home buyer programs. You call me at 407-706-3313, 407-706-3313, or you visit my website at WeBringYouHome.com. You check me out on the YouTube. You check me out on the iHeartRadio. You check me out on the Spotify. You check me out here on the radio. I want to be here to help you purchase a home. Your friend purchase a home and refinance or save money. That's my job. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Call me. You got the number. I will return your phone call. Speak clearly. Leave me a message. Leave me your phone number twice. You'll hear from me on Monday. Talk to you soon next week for sure.